Happy New Year! I hope you had some great quality time with your friends and family or whoever you celebrate with. Today we are doing some picking up, cleaning, putting away my Christmas tree, and mopping. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Becky. I'm a wife and mom to 4 little ones, ages 7, 5, 3, and 9 months. Here on my channel, I like to share real life, mom life, cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. I would love to have you. Today we are starting in my living room. I'm going to kind of bounce around to different things. First I'm going to pick up in here, then I'm going to wipe down my 9-month-old daughter's walker. She has outgrown her little saucer thing, so I'm going to move that to the basement. We debated on whether or not to keep it because if we do have any more children, it probably won't be for another, I would say, 3 to 5 years. And that's a big if. I do want a large family. I would say we do have a large family right now with 4 children, but I've always wanted 6 kids for some reason. I would love to know if you have 5 or 6 or more siblings, how do you like it? How did you like it growing up? I feel like I personally would have enjoyed having more siblings close in age. I have one sibling, a younger brother who is 8 years younger than me. We have a great relationship. I just think it would have been fun and there would have been more friendships and bonds, but I don't know because I've never personally experienced that. So if you have lots of siblings, let me know how it was for you growing up and even now if you are an adult, how it is now. With Adeline being 9 months old, I had to get her some new clothes because she is growing so fast. I know I've mentioned this before, but I've kind of gotten away from saving my older children's clothes for my younger children. I do make exceptions if something is brand new and hasn't been worn at all, or if something has a little bit more sentimental value to me, I may keep it. Things like winter boots, I'll keep winter coats, snowsuits, things like that that can easily be packed away and worn by the next child. I will always keep that kind of stuff, but as far as regular everyday clothing, I've really tried to declutter and minimize the things that I keep. And when I do need to buy new clothes for my youngest child, because she grows so fast, I try to keep it to a minimum of, let's say, 7 to 10 outfits. Right now I'm just making some glass cleaner out of some isopropyl alcohol and water. I do like sprayway glass cleaner, I just didn't have any, so I decided to make my own. Over this holiday break, we did try to fit in some homeschool work just to keep their brains active and motivated to continue learning. I always feel like getting back to school after a break is a little bit of a challenge, but if we do fit in some schoolwork here and there, it just makes it a little bit easier. After cleaning off the kitchen table, I'm cleaning off my daughter's high chair. I love this high chair. With my oldest son, I had a very expensive high chair and it just had so many nooks and crannies and I felt like it was so difficult to clean. This high chair is $20 from IKEA and I swear it is the best high chair out there. clearing off and cleaning off my counters before doing the dishes. In one of my reels on Instagram recently, which by the way, if you're not following me over on Instagram, my Instagram handle is @BeckyRMoss. I may have also mentioned this on YouTube. I talked about a quartz countertop cleaner that I was using because I learned that vinegar is not good for natural stone. It can wear away the finish of it. And somebody commented and made a really good point. I am personally somebody who prefers non-toxic cleaning products, and this quartz cleaner that I was using is probably pretty toxic, so they suggested I just use a mild soap and water to clean my counters. So I looked it up, and that does seem to be the best non-toxic way to clean quartz countertops. So that is just what I'm doing. I'm using a Scrub Mommy, my BioClean dish soap, and water. Now that my counters are clean, I'm going to load and start my dishwasher. Let's talk about this area in my home. I'm really not sure what to do here. I had this console table in my old house, and although I like it, I'm not really sure if I like it here in this spot. If I didn't have it here, this wall would be extremely bare, but I'm just not sure what to do with this area. Do I keep the table? Do we even like the table at all? I did hang a large photo of my kids above this console table, and I love the way that looks, but I just don't know if this console table is right for this area. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I've even thought about putting maybe a cognac bench here, but then again, we already have a mudroom with a bench to put on shoes. I really don't want to take up any unnecessary room. Do I just put some trim on the wall and make it an accent wall? My mom even suggested putting trim on the wall with some wallpaper behind it, even if it was just textured, just to add a little something without taking up any space. If I do keep the console table and decide to decorate it, I have to be mindful when I do that because I don't like things to look too cluttered, but I also have lots of young children, so I have to be mindful of what I put on it as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I tried to use Scrub Daddy's Power Paste on these marks on the wall, but unfortunately I have flat builder grade paint, and when I tried to scrub it, it basically went all the way down to the drywall, and I was scrubbing away the drywall. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think it's red wine. So for now, these stains are going to stay here hidden by the console table until I paint this wall with a nice eggshell or satin finish. Next, I'm vacuuming my couch, then I'm moving towards my Christmas tree. There were some boxes under there that I needed to move away before taking down my Christmas tree. One thing I really needed, and you will agree with me if you've seen them in previous videos, I really needed new pots and pans and bakeware. A lot of the finish was coming off some of mine, and we all know how unhealthy that is. It's just something that was a bigger purchase. I wasn't looking forward to it, and I knew I wanted something good quality. I knew it wasn't going to be cheap. I decided after much research to go with Caraway. This is not sponsored. I placed a very large order with Caraway, and I haven't even opened it yet because I feel like I need to declutter my kitchen before opening these things, because I want it to be clean and decluttered and fresh. If we're going to have new cookware and bakeware in there, then I feel like it just needs to be pristine. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a very large Caraway haul. Like I said, it's not sponsored. I just decided after tons of research, probably for months, that this brand was right for me and what I was looking for, and will hopefully last for many years. I also really like cast iron pans. I have a cast iron Dutch oven, and then my mom got me this super large cast iron skillet, which I love. Time to take the Christmas tree down. I really didn't put many Christmas decorations out this year, and I don't regret it at all. It was super easy to pack everything away. We still had our stockings out, we still had garland out, the Christmas tree had some ornaments on it. I just let the kids do whatever they wanted to the Christmas tree with their ornaments. It was still festive and fun, but I didn't feel like anywhere was cluttered, and it was really easy to put everything away. The last thing I'm doing in today's video is mopping my floor with my O-Cedar mop using some vinegar, water, dish soap, and lemon essential oil. Again, a DIY non-toxic cleaner that works really well. And if you saw me dump that lemon essential oil in the mop bucket, I promise it was not full. It was almost empty, and I just decided to open it up and dump what was left in there. I do have a Tinco which I use frequently, but once in a while I will pull out my O-Cedar mop just to give my floors a good scrub, and I love it because I can also wash the baseboards at the same time. But one thing I did think was interesting when comparing the Tinco to just using a mop and bucket was the dirty water when I dumped it out. Using my O-Cedar mop, the dirty water really wasn't that dirty, but when I dump out my Tinco, the water is like black. So does that that mean my Tinco does a better job than the mop and bucket? Or were my floors just already pretty clean? I am not sure. I feel like I need to put it to the test, like use the mop and bucket and then pull out my Tinco and see what the water looks like afterwards. You may notice that I'm wearing shoes while I'm mopping. These I got specifically for in the house. I've never worn them outside and I don't plan to, but something I've noticed about myself is that when I wear shoes, I actually am so much more productive and motivated to get things done. It's almost a cue to my brain to start moving. I looked this up online because I was like, this is kind of weird. Why does this happen to me? I used to do this all of the time in my old house and I've gotten so many comments over the years telling me I need to stop wearing shoes in the house, and while I don't disagree about wearing outside shoes inside, I think it's perfectly fine to wear any type of shoe you want to wear in your house if it is a house shoe. So I looked this up on Google to see if it was normal or not normal. I can't be the only one who feels like I need to put my shoes on to be productive. And it turns out it is a thing. The act of putting your shoes on is a mental cue to your brain to be active and productive, triggering your brain to shift into work mode. So I just got these Adidas shoes online and they're a little too chunky and bulky for what I was looking for. I love my Adidas Cloud Foam shoes, but they don't make them anymore. I was looking for something a lot lighter weight and I ended up stumbling across a company called Allbird. I've never heard of them before, but they look like they have really comfortable, really lightweight, everyday shoes. So I ordered a couple pair from there and I will let you know how they work out. If you are somebody who struggles getting started, give this a try. Put on a pair of shoes and see if it helps. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next one.